Hello everyone, this is me Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to show you how to crochet this Christmas wreath. I have used an O-ring for this project. It measures about 4 centimeters, just in case you want to know the exact size of the O-ring that I used. And I have used some beads. It's a perler beads, and this is optional, so I added one so that it would look more attractive. You can use scrap yarns in color green and red, but I have used this too, Love Knots, the same brand that I've used before, and the recommended hook size is 4, but since I crochet loosely, I used 3.5, so one size smaller. And then for the edging, the ruffled edging, I used a fingering weight yarn, which is also 100% acrylic, and I also used 3.5mm crochet hook because I want this edging to be a bit drapey, so that's the reason why I have used the 3.5mm crochet hook. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. To start this project, maybe I'll just work a slip knot, and I'll be using green this time. So let me get this O-ring here, and then after making a slip knot, you can insert the hook and then work your first single crochet. So I always do this when I start my single crochet. Now we need 30 single crochets, so we already have one, and we're going to work 29 more. So 2, 3, 4. Alright, so once you have 30 single crochets, we're gonna work a slip stitch into the first single crochet, but before we finish slip stitching, we're gonna join the next color, which is the green one. And when I worked a few single crochets in here, I buried the tail around so that I don't have to weave in later. So now we're just going to cut this yarn, and then we're going to use the green one because that is the color of Christmas. So yes, and then we're going to finish slip stitching with this green color. Now we have end tails here at the back, so we're going to double knot it to secure. And then the next thing is we're going to work the next round. Now we have 30 here, and because if we're going to have a flat circle into the next 2 rounds, we're gonna need to work an increase. And to be able to work an increase, we need to know how many stitches we need to add. So if you have been watching my video before, you know that we follow a crochet stitch counting guide in which we will know where exactly to add an increase. And so we started to work 30 single crochets. So in here we have 30, and on round 5, so let's say this is round 5, wherein we have 30 stitches. So the next step, or the next round, we're gonna have 36. So in order to have 36, we're gonna need to work an increase into every 5th stitch. So say for example, we are not working into a D-ring or O-ring, I'm sorry. So if we started out with 6, on round 2 we're gonna have 12 because increase in every stitch. On the 3rd round it's gonna be on every 2nd stitch. On round 4 it's gonna be in every 3rd. Round 5 and into every 4th, and round 6 into every 5th. So that's what I follow in order to grow the next few rounds flat and not ruffled. So we're gonna chain 1, and then into the same stitch we're gonna work a single crochet. Now we need to have 36 into the next round, so we're going to work an increase into every 5th, into every 5th stitch. So we already have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the 5th stitch. So this is where we're gonna work 2 single crochets. So we're just going to repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 2 in there. Now after repeating the pattern, so I did an increase into every 5th stitch twice, and then I worked 1 single crochet into every stitch until I have 4 into the next stitches. Now once we get to the increase stitch here where we add 2 single crochets, this is a part where we are going to make the ribbon. So we work 1 single crochet in here, but by the time that we finish making the ribbon, we're gonna work another single crochet into the same stitch. But before that, we're going to make the ribbon, so we're gonna start by working 6 chains. 4, 5, 6. Into the 3rd stitch from hook, we're gonna work a single crochet, 1 single crochet in each of the next remaining stitches. So we have 4 chains, and we have created 4 single crochets, and we're going to repeat that by chaining 6 again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the 3rd chain from hook, work 1 single crochet into each of those chains. There should be 4. Now we have 4. Now we're going to chain 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now that we have 21 stitches or chains, so next is we're gonna work one single crochet into the second chain from hook. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is 1/2 double crochet in each of the next two. 1, 2. Now into each of the next 4 stitches or chains, we're gonna work 4 or 1 double crochet into each. So in total you should have 4. 3, 4. So we're halfway done in making the bow. And then next is 1/2 double crochet in each of the next 2. There you go. Now we're gonna work 1 single crochet into the next chain. Now we're just going to mirror what we did in here. So after this single crochet in here, make sure you have 2. So we already have 1. Into the next we should have 1 more single crochet, and then 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 2 chains. 1 and 2, and then into each of the next 4 chains we're gonna do double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now next we're gonna do 1/2 double crochets in each of the next 2 chains, and the last one would be just 1 single crochet. Now we're going to fold this bow here and work a slip stitch into the very first single crochet made. It's here. So this will form a ring, and once you fold it this way it will look like a bow. Now after that we're going to attach it, so make sure you slip stitch first. Maybe I'll just repeat slip stitching it this way, make sure it's not twisted, and then we're going to arrange it by putting those 2 feet of the ribbon here, and then this should be into the middle. So that is how it's going to look like. Let me just show you. There. It's going to be upside down like this, and we're going to secure the ribbon by working one single crochet. So make sure this other side of the ribbon stays on this side and this side on the other one. So next is we're going to work one single crochet into the same stitch as where we worked our single crochets, because that is where there should be an increase. So at first it could be very tricky to add the ribbon. So right now I'm a bit still in the process of making sure to secure it. So, and then work one single crochet into the next stitch and around the ribbon to secure, and then into the very next stitch work your single crochet. So keep working single crochets until you get into the 5th. So we have one here where we worked around single crochet into the ribbon, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th, so there should be 2 single crochets in here. There you go. So we're just simply going to repeat until we get back around. Now to end the round, you're going to work a slip stitch on top of the first single crochet. Now chain one single crochet into the first stitch, or the same stitches where you chained 1, and then this time into every 6th stitch. That is where you're gonna work your increase. Now it's very easy, you don't have to count if you don't want to. For as long as you did the second round correct, you can just work an increase into every second single crochet of the previous round. So this is the increase of the previous round into the second single crochet. That is where you're gonna work another increase. So you don't have to count, just keep working an increase on top of every second single crochet of the previous round. So my next increase would be on top of the second single crochet increase of this previous round, this one. So the next step would be, once you finished, you're gonna work slip stitch and then the next step would be to make the loop so that you can hang your ornament. So we're gonna chain about 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then slip stitch into the same as where you did your slip stitch. So this is what it's gonna look like, and then that's when the time that you can now fasten off. Now for the next step, we're going to work the edging. So to make the edging, we're going to insert the white yarn, and we can start by working a chain of 3, which counts as 1 double crochet, 1 2 3, 1 or 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. So into every stitch around, we're gonna work 3 double crochets to make the ruffle. This is what it looks like after finishing all the rounds, and you may add some beads if you want. So this is what it looks like without beads, and if you want with beads, it's going to look like this. So what I did in here is just I sewed it with a needle and sewing thread, and this makes it more Christmassy.